up. So a few days ago I uploaded a video where I was slandering my characters. So now I was like, I'm morally obligated to make a video where I stan my characters. Let's first start with my daughter Juhi. We love her, queen. Okay, Juhi is just like so wholesome. Like, I know sis is a thief and like the master of espionage, but she honestly is like the mum friend, and we all need mum friends. We like, you know, and she is so wholesome. Basically, more info about her. My book's about like 3 criminals trying to kill this person, but it's like a fantasy vibes, you know, and she's just there living her life. She's like the only person in the trio who has some sort of ethical code, whereas the other 2 are just pure evil. Okay, no, they're not, but like, you get me. And yeah, she is very wholesome vibes and very slay. Also, she's a fashion icon. Literally, the fits are fitting, the vibes are vibing, and she likes reading as well, so she has iconic taste. Whereas I feel like the other 2 characters like would hate on reading. Definitely Amar. He honestly would definitely not read. So we stand Juhi. Also, because of her character development through the book, because she starts off with 0 boundaries, 0 self-respect, 0 self-worth, 0 self-esteem, putting others before herself, blaming herself for everything, and letting other people walk all over her. But as the book progresses, also, like, obviously I don't want to spoil anything, and I'm not going to spoil anything, so don't worry. But literally, for all 3 of my characters, the character development is so slay, and especially that like the visuals change along with the development as well. It's so cool to like visually see, based on how I've describe them, how they have changed, type thing. So that's another reason why Juhi is slay. Also, she has these like blobs of water. I like, literally, they're called pani bund because pani means water in Hindi, and then bund means like blob or like drop or some shit. So basically, I'm just being lazy naming shit again. And yeah, basically sis is literally best friends with a bunch of balls of water, and she can use them to like help her and assist her, type thing. So that is also so slay. Love that. And also her relationship with the other 2 people on the team is also very wholesome and just vibes. And another reason why she's so iconic is because she just cries in every scene, which is vibes. Also, her hair is a literal waterfall. Like, it's like water, and then like it's long, and then at the end are like bubbles. Is that not such a slay character design? So that is only another reason to stan. Also, over dramatic queen of drama, overreacts to everything and every situation, as she should. And normally she doesn't like to cause conflict, but when she is savage to the other 2 members of the team, she will absolutely annihilate them and destroy them, and they'll both be quaking. So that is such a legend move. We love that. Like, you don't want to mess with her. On the outside, cinnamon roll, wholesome vibes, but if you like, I don't know, but like there's a savage side that can come out, you know. It's quite funny. She's been through a lot with her backstory. I think that's the same for all the characters, but the fact she is still so kind and compassionate and loving towards everyone, and that sort of femininity of how she's still so kind to everyone despite shit that's happened to her. And it actually shows that when bad stuff happens to you, you don't, because normally in books what I tend to see is that like the villain has their like magic major tragic anime backstory, wah, and then the hero has like literally 0 backstory, and the villain just has like this whole thing. And it's like, no, people who have really bad stuff happen to them can still come through on the other side. So, and it actually leads to you being more resilient and having more empathy and compassion towards others in, I feel like, a lot of cases as well. So it's a bit unfair that that's the way mainstream media like portrays it. And then also the people who are villains and shit can also be because of bureaucracy and because they just grew up with that power and they automatically think they're better than others. So I feel like the fact there's only one narrative is quite just not the vibes, and I'm not vibing with that. So all 3 of my characters are, I mean, they're literally criminals, but also like we understand them. Like, the real villains are the actual criminals. The main characters are actually good, even though they're bad. It's morally great, you know. If there's something that's pretty or vibes or that she likes, she will honestly, her brain and any sort of danger will just go out the window, because she's like, oh my gosh, I want to look at this thing, and then we'll just ignore all types of danger. Like, what a legend. Because do we actually care about danger? No, she's like going forward. And I just really like her progress through the book of starting off as a pushover, and she ends up actually being more assertive and having boundaries but still being kind, type thing, because That is what we need. Like, you don't, like, if people are assertive, people tend to be like, you're a bitch, but like, you're not a horrible person if you have boundaries, and you can still be a bitch and still be slay. And that's basically her over dramatic fashion queen, bitch, slay, period. To elaborate what I mean on over dramatic, if there's literally a splash of mud or like blood on her clothes, she'll cry and be like, oh my god, the fit is ruined. And then also, I feel like in certain scenes, she avoids doing certain shit because she doesn't want to ruin her clothes. Which, okay, but like, because of the mission and the money, she's like, I guess I'll have to, and like does it reluctantly. But if it's not that deep, she'll be like, I'm not doing that, guys. Like, absolutely not. Also, okay, I guess this isn't something to stand, but it's so funny because in the first few scenes, Sis is literally getting attacked to the point where she's literally gonna die. And then the other like two characters are like, oh my gosh, do you need any help? You're literally gonna die. And she's like, I'm fine, save yourself. Meanwhile, she's literally on the verge of death, beyond the verge of death. And like, honestly, no. What are you doing? With all my characters, what are they actually doing? I do not know. I feel like Amar is the only one out of the trio who has any social interaction skills. Anyone who interacts with Juhi is just like, she's weird, which is trash behavior, because really you just don't understand that she's just different and she's actually such iconic and slay, you know? So like, leave our queen alone. Honestly, would build an entire cult for just her. As we should. Legend, icon, slay, queen, period. Okay, next let's get on to Amar. Okay, we love him because of his confidence. Oh my gosh, it's like, you know, those characters that are like borderline arrogant, but they actually can back it up, and not only do they hype themselves up, but they're also like helping other people as well. Then fair enough. Like, it's not misplaced confidence. He's actually confident, he's actually sarcastic, he is actually just such a legend, and we love him. Also, the comedic value of this man laughing in every scene and also just making shit up as he goes along. Like, he will bullshit every single thing ever and just have zero plan. The chaotic crackhead energy. Because who needs a plan when you can just make it up, nearly die, and then do that? Also, he has no attention span. And like, with the magic system, you have this thing where like, you use your magic, then you have to pay the cost of the magic. So like, you break your finger or like something, and then man literally will destroy himself so much and just kind of ignore the consequences of his actions, because consequences, who is she, don't know her. He's literally king of denial. But we love him because he's actually really big brain and really smart, even though he acts like kind of dumb, but he's also kind of smart. And that's vibes. It's honestly just really funny to read him because he's just like really funny vibes, and that's what we love and what we stand. You have to put the aesthetic first and the actual logical reasoning second, because who cares about that when you can fly and be slay? And also his character development is also very slay, but like, it's like, there's so much more stuff I can say on why I stand them, but that's gonna be spoilers. But he's such a slay character, like, bruh. He's also really iconic because whoever he will fight against, he will literally just piss them off. Because I remember there's a scene where he's flying away, person's chasing him, and they're telling him to slow down, and he goes okay, and then he just flies even faster. But he will literally just slander you while he attacks you at the same time. So you're getting bullied and physically attacked, you're getting emotionally and physically attacked at the same time. Legend. Why do one when you can do both? And he's actually a big brain. Like, I know I said he's very impulsive, but he's very quick at thinking, and all of his plans are actually, well, some of his plans are well thought through, and the other two members of the team are like, I guess we can give him credit for that. And he is the one who like started the whole like quest thing. Like, he was the one who got hired essentially, because he is an arsonist and break-in person and also a thief. But whereas Juhi's actually stealthy, Amar will literally steal and be like, I'm stealing from you, ha ha ha, take the shit in front of them and then leave. But as he should, he will literally steal in front of you. That's better than stealing. He's basically just taking in front of your eyes. Legend. And it's so funny because I remember the scene where they all leave this like fancy place that, I mean, the people in the place are trash, so it is valid. And then Mika is telling the other two characters, how much did you guys steal? And then they both just like empty all of the stuff they stole, and they're like, oh my gosh, that's so much. And then others like, that's not even all of it. Like, My book is actually promoting bad values. It's promoting theft. Next we have Mika. Honestly, a legend, because savage and grumpy and just sitting in the corner being like, what the fuck is everyone else doing, and just judging you. That is such a vibe. Like, Mahika's literally just in most scenes just in the corner like, why am I here? I don't want to be here. And that is such a legendary thing to do. Like, what vibes. Like, Mahika would just not be there. Mahika just doesn't want to be there for the entire story. That is their thing. As it should be, as it should be. And then when other characters try to talk to them, they're just like, but slowly they do warm up to the other characters, because self-sabotage, like, you know, self-sabotage legend. Mahika does want friendship, but they also have trust issues at the same time, so they're self-sabotaging the friendship they want because of their trust issues. So I mean, I really love that for them. Honesty slay, trust issues slay. And they are just a massive bitch. Like, all the insults they're coming up with to the other to everyone, they're just slandering everyone. Like, when you get a Mahika point of view, it's just everyone's getting attacked. There is no room to spare. It's just like an angry little kitten vibes. Oh my gosh. But they do have a heart, okay? And actually seeing them banter later on in the scenes with the other two members of the team, and actually also care about the other two members of the team, slayed. What I mean by, like, Mahika tries like to be nice in this like one scene, and then Mahika's just like trying to smile, and then the other two people are like, what the heck is that? What is happening? What is going on? And then also what happens is when one of the characters is upset, Mahika just tries to emotionally support, and it just fails. It's giving that's rough buddy vibes. And then the other two characters, they tried their best. Honestly, all three of my characters are dumb. Anyway, another reason Mahika's actually really cool is because they're an assassin. The other two characters' jobs don't involve murder, but Mahika's does. Unethical baddie. Okay, but like, if you read it, you'll understand. They're not like awful people. Okay, they are awful people. This video is meant to be me standing them, but it's just turning into me slandering them again. It's actually really cute because the Mahika tries to emotionally support others, but it just kind of it didn't happen. But like, they tried their best, you know. At least they tried. The character designs, okay, back to Amar. His hair is literally fire, and it's like do 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 do, which is cool, very vibes. And then Mahika has like, I don't know, long hair that's literally falling in front of their eyes, dark circles, half of their face is like skin and half of it's wood, and then there's like tiny like flowers and leaves bursting out of their hair and skin. And it's honestly a vibes. The vibes are immaculate, and the fits, and it's all just slaying. Yes, so many other reasons to stand, but then do I want to spoil? No, but that is all I can say. So thank you so much for watching. Slayed. Goodbye.